Alright, so here's how I do my artwork in Illustrator. First thing is I start off with a pre-made brush that I have. It's this one right here. And as you can see, it's just a flattened oval. So the way I do it is I just come in here, do an oval, and stretch it out. I want it as a fill. So let's switch it over here and take the white out. So that's basically how I start, but I want to make sure that it's one point, because that's what pulls up when you first do select your brushes. So what I normally do is just automatically set up the oval with the settings. So width, inches, and then we're going to go 1 point. So that's that one. Now the one I pulled off, I actually set it up as 2 points, and that's the one I use most often. But if you just want to make sure you have a 1 point line, there you go. Now with the 2 point, the settings are, you have to go to brushes, and once it's already active, then you can go ahead and go in here and take a look. These are my settings. I label it, so actually this is a 3-point one, which I didn't realize, but that's what I use. So 3-point line, I turn on the pressure sensitivity. You can leave it fixed. You can put the tilt on it. I don't use it, but you can. And even these are all the settings for your Wacom stylus. So what I do is I put pressure on. I let it go as light as 50% and as thick as 200%. So if this is a 3-point line, then it's going to go up to almost 6 points. If I really press, do a light touch, then it could go half. So there's my brush settings. Now, okay. So the other thing too is if you come over and select your paintbrush tool and double click on it, you can adjust the fidelity. So right now I have it on pretty smooth because I'm doing cartoony sort of things, but you get it down really accurate so that it'll, you know, it'll show your jitter. So let's go ahead and leave it where I have it here right now, and we'll just show you what it looks like. So I am on, you can tell the paintbrush tool by the cursor, and you have two different choices. So you can go ahead and put the caps lock on and do it with this icon. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and start. So I usually start, even though this isn't a finished piece, I've got everything in white on white now. That's not intentional. So we'll just switch that to black. So I may start like this and go, you know, I think this is okay, but I want to give it another pass, so I'm going to go ahead and do it over again. You know, I could fix this pretty quick and easy without starting from scratch, but we're going to go ahead and keep it this way for now. And we'll just squish this a little. Okay, so we've got a black one, right? Black lines. These are all lines. If you go to Control Y, they're still lines, which is nice because you can make changes easily. So, you know, this is an outside line. I want it to be darker, so I'll go ahead and just raise it up to the next level. And there you go. So you got a darker outside line, and then go ahead and so it's going to be darker on the inside. Right now I've got darker settings. So, and I try to use a black, you know, a dark line, because it's basically a cartoon style coloring for me. But let's go ahead and say, all right, straight point, get rid of that. So we've got this. I would just go in, switch it over to that, and go to a light gray. So basically I've just grayed out my illustration, lock it down, get another layer, and go ahead and redraw. switch over to black. So now when you draw this, it always starts with the, I've got both ends tapered here. So if I'm doing, I consider that when I'm doing my highlight. So if I do it right here, then it looks like the light's coming in from that side. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Now these are not closed circles, they're open. I'm giving it a little extra pressure here on the outside. Now I'm trying to change it, but again, this is what I like about keeping it in line form. One of the other tricks is I can go ahead and from the line I can start somewhere in here and make a change to this line, and the whole line changes. And I started in the middle, so you don't even have to be on the outside edge, but you can be. So this makes it really fast for me to make quick changes. I want to go ahead and change that line entirely, and I can. And just go back over this. But you have to start and finish where you want the line to be for the most part. So, like so. Getting too picky. Alright, so I'll just go ahead and do a new line here, and let's see, I'm going to widen his grin a little bit, and that's the other thing too. If I don't like what's going on here, quick jump to the eraser tool, take this out, and or I can go back to the line tool, select it, and do something there. Okay, so now if the gray lines are starting to get a little frustrating, I can just go ahead and turn them off. I've got what I need, and there we go. Now I can go in here and quick change my line weight, and let's go ahead and add another one over here. And we can get rid of this. So again, right now I've done some line weight changes, and if you go in, it's still lines. So I'm going to go ahead and start to color it in. Now if I want to get picky, I can come in here and do the erase tool real quick and get rid of it. And then if that happens and I want to go ahead and change the line weight to darken it up, I just go quick, make a quick change. So, but now we've got our line work, so I'll go ahead and lock this down in Illustrator right here.